All right, I want to jump right into this story. It actually genuinely made me chuckle when I saw it because I find our intelligence agencies to be funny. It's not a good thing when you start like laughing and mocking your intelligence agencies. I just can't take them seriously anymore. Like I cannot take them seriously after January 6th and the pipe bomb situation. It's like you're done now for me. Right. But apparently they have figured out on the opposite side of the globe that Putin is going to stage a false flag attack on his own troops to set up a pretext to invade Ukraine after talks between the U.S. and Russia collapsed. And let's hear it from our Pentagon. Here is live from a press conference.
Without getting into too much detail, we do have information that indicates that Russia is already working actively to create a pretext for a potential invasion, for a move on Ukraine. In fact, we have information that they've pre-positioned a group of operatives to conduct what we call a false flag operation, an operation designed to look like an attack on them or their or Russian-speaking people in Ukraine, again as an excuse to go in. And we already have, in addition, indications that Russian influence actors are already starting. They're already starting to fabricate Ukrainian provocations that in both state and social media to again try to justify in advance some sort of pretext for incursion. I'm not at liberty to go into a whole lot more detail than that, but I hope that by the fact that we can say this as confidently as we can, you can take away that that there's a fidelity here to the information that we have that we believe is very credible.
Now, I'm not a body language expert, but Michael, give me your take on that.
When I look at the history of Ukraine, I notice it has not been an independent country for very long. Ukraine was ruled by Austria-Hungary, Ukraine was ruled by the Ottoman Empire, Ukraine was ruled by Tsarist Russia, it was ruled by the Soviet Union, it was ruled by Poland. Poland is one of the most conquered countries in the history of the world, and Poland managed to conquer Ukraine. So Ukraine, the word itself actually derives from the Slavic word for borderland. This is always going to be a tension. There are always going to be people fighting over Ukraine as it is on its border. Does Putin want to expand Russian influence? Of course he does. Does NATO want to expand its influence? Of course it does. My broader question is this. After we've heard for years and years of Russian collusion and how when we look at the threat from China and we look at the threat from Russia and we figure out which one of those threats is a greater threat to the United States, have we not considered colluding with the Russians? Because during the Cold War, we warmed up our relationship with China to play off of the Soviet Union, which was our greatest geopolitical threat. If today we're looking around and saying, China's much richer, China's much stronger, China owns our debt, China owns a lot of resources in our country. If we're trying to counter that threat from China, would it not make sense to try to drive a wedge between China and Russia and maybe warm up those relations? That would require too much maturity from our state.
Well, here's the thing. The problem is that Hunter Biden is completely compromised. He's done deals in Ukraine, and he is in business relationships with China. This is the thing. We've said that the Biden and China, their relationships need to be investigated. People haven't. When you dig deep, you realize that they have relationships, and this is the problem. And this is the reason why there's so much meddling in Ukraine. Like, the Biden administration is so compromised, it's absolutely amazing. To answer your question, yes, I very much believe that the entire Russia thing that we saw for 2 years was basically a plot from the Democrats to guard against President Trump doing any deal with Russia. That would be common sense. Obviously, Russia is their next-door neighbor, China's next-door neighbor. They have nuclear arms to say, hey, let's do a deal, you and I, it would be a good guard against China. They did not want that to happen. So by creating all this rhetoric, it basically made it impossible for Trump to go in and do any deal with Putin without the press running and being like, oh my gosh, we told you he was a Russian agent, and they were successful.
It's a really interesting take. And I also think it's important to point out, Candace, you say you no longer trust the intelligence agencies of our country after January the 6th. I no longer trust the Pentagon after what we saw happen in Afghanistan when we were completely comfortable abandoning our own citizens in the hands of the Taliban. But it's interesting to point out that the enemy of your enemy is not always your friend, and that could be true for NATO, but could also be true
This is
for
so
political
typical
leaders here in the United
that the
States,
moons,
those leading
any
our
moon
military
video
to
and
take action
photograph,
against
see,
this
I mean, it's
so-called
fucking NASA for shit's
investigation
sakes,
that we're
man.
leading here on
Live
what could
from
potentially happen, let alone what's
Johannesburg,
actually happening in the world, particularly
Australia,
China.
right?
And this
Yeah.
healthy skepticism of
This
those
is
who are in
a
charge of our military, be it officials at
supposedly
the
a
Pentagon or our commander-in-chief, who can't even remember what...
supposedly a lunar eclipse, and I'm not going to get into explaining too much in this, just because I don't really feel like talking today. But I'm going to go ahead and look around in here while I'm fucking around. But I'm just noticing as I'm looking right away, you know, my videos are way better than these for the moon videos. That's why I'm telling people to go make your own moon videos. You know, get a telescope, mount the camera on it, and get your own videos, because these suck. I'm going to look around in it a little bit more already, just meaning, I mean, I'm using a $30 camera and a cheap ass telescope, and I'm getting better videos than they're supposedly. This is supposedly a satellite. This is supposed to be a something roaming around outside our atmosphere that's getting pictures of the moon. They're so full of shit, man. And I'm gonna talk a little bit to Candace while I'm making this video, and possibly the next one I'll probably get into talking to Pastor Brooks. But Candace is funny, you know. Candace. You're in here, and I'm here now. I'm gonna you like I mentioned before in other videos. Everything out of your guy's mouth is globe, planet, a total misconception of where we actually even live and where we are. You know. So the politics part of it, you're going to have to step outside many, many boxes in order to get to where I'm going to be trying to get you. I hope you go look, but you're going to have to keep stepping outside these boxes. In other words, you were a liberal at one point, right? Liberal Democrat mindset, and you had to step outside the box in order to see yourself as a liberal douche. And then you said, okay, I'm not going back to that again. Now you're on this conservative side of things. It's all a game. It's all a fuck show. You guys seem to understand that. When I'm listening to you talk and everything, you can see that, you know, all the stuff that I was starting to lecture about in the beginning of this series about us not having any rights or anything like that. We don't have any constitutional rights even as of now, and everybody's acting as if they're being taken away. And then what happens is on the Republican side, you know, it's positive and negative. There's always going to be positive and negative. So if you want to look at the liberals and the I mean, I'll be able to digitally collect the EMNC from the moon in this video. Don't get me wrong, I will be able to do it, but it's not going to be as crisp and as clear. I don't think so, not yet, anyway. But anyways, you know, listening to you guys talk like this, I don't get any hope that you're actually going to get this, but I gotta try. I have to at least try, because it doesn't seem like anybody's gonna get it. I'm trying to explain it as good as I can, but it's not getting through. So how do I get you off the ball, right? How am I gonna get you off the ball? I'm not looking at it as that's my job to do. It's gonna be your job to do. I'm just gonna throw these things by you, and you feel free to go and look for yourself. To hear you guys going back and forth about now we're going into Ukraine. And yeah, this was the tear down of our country. I mean, where the hell has everybody been? You didn't know that this was coming? I've been telling my family and friends that this is all going down like this for, 15 years. And I get the same thing from them as I get from you. Right now, they're all, when I see them all, every time I see anybody in my family, any of my friends, I wait for them to now tell me something that I already told them was going to happen. This is not predicting the future. I was told too, just like you were all told. You just took it as conspiracy theory. You have to weed out which ones are conspiracy theory, which ones are real, which, you have to, look for yourself. You have to see shit for yourself. So what I'm going to try to impress in you as I'm going along in this series, especially these first 10 more parts or so, is again the geoengineering and try to get you off the ball a little bit and get you ready to get off the ball in your mind, because that's not where we're at. So I'm gonna do the best I can to try to show you that you can go out and see this for yourself. Now what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna be bringing you into the moon. I'm trying to use Fox and mainstream moon videos and photographs. I've been through this before, especially with the last series. The last series, more than any other, which was Harold Koch series, and they think that they believe in outer space too. The Harold Koch people and fans and everything, they believe that this outer space is real. I mean, why wouldn't they? 7.8 billion zombies all believe it, So of course they do. So, anyways, I'm screwing around with some audio at the same time I'm talking. So I'm going to be showing you around in the moon. I'm going to try to. I don't even fucking know, man. I'm just gonna look around a little bit. Let's see what happens. But listen to yourself here.
Funny, and it's not a good thing when you start laughing and mocking your intelligence agencies. I just can't take them seriously anymore. I cannot take them seriously after January 6th and the pipe bomb situation. It's like you're done now for me. But apparently they have figured out on the opposite side of the globe that Putin is going to stage a false
globe, upside of the globe. You know, because that's what everybody thinks.
U.S. and Russia collapse. And let's
hear
it from our Pentagon. Here is live from the conference.
Without getting into too much detail, we do have information that indicates that Russia is already...
Because what I was going to try to do is I was going to try to bring you in on some of the female imagery. And because it's so shitty and blurry of a moon video, but I'm trying to use mainstream so that you can go to it as well. But you can certainly download photographs and stuff like that, which I'll do later. But one of the feminine images is right here. Try to get the whole thing. Which comes in several different ways. And yeah, it blurs out right away.
And we already have, in addition, indications that Russian influence actors are already starting.
Yeah, what a shitty fucking video.
To fabricate Ukrainian provocations that in both state and social media to again try to justify.
All right, so when I get
in advance some sort of pretext for incursion. I'm not at liberty to go to the information.
All right, I'm just gonna give them to you anyways, even though it'll be shadow imagery. Don't really take this as anything other than evidence that I can go right to them later when I bring you into them later, okay? Because right now this is nothing. The image that I'm going to be showing you and bringing you into is really nothing compared to having a nice clear image of the moon in order to extract this particular image. Okay.
So Ukraine, the word itself actually derives from the Slavic word for borderland. This is always going to be a tension. There are always going to be people fighting over Ukraine as it is on its border. Does Putin want to expand Russian influence? Of course he does. Does NATO want to expand its influence? Of course it does. My broader question...
Anyways, the body of it's right here, okay? There's an arm that comes back down this way and a hand. I can get this so much more clear. I have in other past videos and stuff like that. I can come in on this video. These are the small cone breasts, and then she also has a set of full breasts at a different angle. I'll bring you in on both of them. This is the face, that is right here, and her hair is flowing all up in here when you get the female image. There are several angles where the face looks more male. There's one face that looks cartoony, but there's several angles where you'll get the feminine face real good. Anyway, she's looking right at us in all the different ways, when it turns male, one of the male, I say male because the femininity leaves the face. So it's different angles. And then on one of them is going to have this thing shooting out. Like his lips go to the side and shooting them out, right? I'm probably going to try to do it all in this one video. I'm going to try to bring you to all three of them. I'm thinking I'm going to bring you to three of them.
To answer your question, yes. I very much believe that the entire Russia thing that we saw for 2 years.
Okay, so this is another interesting one. So at this angle, this one here, eye, nose, and mouth. This is a male. This is a male image. You can see the hairline and everything like that. I can crop it. But these look like inanimate object at some points and moving it around. There's another one that are connected to this too. I'll show you later. But it looks like sunglasses, in other words, because see they run off to the side. They run off to the side and they go over the top of the eyes with that particular color.
Agencies of our country after January the 6th. I no longer trust the Pentagon after what we saw happen
in human face.
We were completely comfortable.
Oh, there she is. Maybe I'm running too close to get her over there. Okay, there she is. All right, that's a little better. All right, I was maybe going in too close. So again, distances, angles, all that kind of shit. I'll look at it a little bit better, but it's still a little blurry, but it's better than what it was. So here she is looking over her right shoulder at you. Arm comes down this way. You can see her body. This body goes all the way down to, her legs. And you can see where she comes around this way. She's actually holding what's at another angle is going to come up this way, which looks like a tail. Could be a leg too, something like that. I don't know. Because you can't, the hips stop right here on the moon. Anything that happens down here too, keep in mind it proves that the moon is not doing the spinny, wet, twirly fucking thing that we're told in the heliocentric model, nor the geocentric model for that matter either. But you can prove it by all these images that are on the outside, on the outskirts. You'll be able to, once you know all the imagery, it's pretty nice to be able to do. I'm just trying to get her a little bit better. But that's okay. I'll wait until I get to one of the photographs or something like that. It's fine. I just wanted to show you where that one was. And I have my computer monitor laying down flat on the table, just because I know it's easier. It's just so you know, just so you don't know what the hell I'm doing. See, they don't do 360s on their camera at the moon because they're hiding the imagery from you right in front of your face. That's what they do. That's what we do. We're liars, all of us, big fucking liars. Okay, let's see if I can do this without unplugging this. I could start cropping a bunch of shit and stuff like that and show you, some of the imagery. Look how cool, look at it, it's unbelievable, man. But yeah, we can start looking around in the moon, cropping images, and I can bring you in on all kinds of stuff. Neat stuff. There you go. I know the cropping helps, but the cropping also moves light around on me and stuff like that when I'm looking around, so I may or may not use it. The great thing about the moon is that the images never change. I'm always looking for change in the imagery. And that's one good thing about it, for me anyways, when I'm trying to show this to people as evidence for other things. Okay, so one of the other female images, it looks like it's going to be too dark for me to get her. But I just said that about the other one too, so let's see. All right.
What are we building in America? We're building libraries to host drag queen story hours. We're building hideous sorts of secular art and architecture. And I just
I can do so much better.
Want to defend American interests, as of course.
This is the thing. In order to try to prove to you what the hell's going on, I have to go to your channels. I have to go to mainstream, NASA, in order for me to get this to anybody out there, in order for me to proving that you can all see it for yourself, right? So that's why I say to everybody, you know, go do your own videos, make your own videos of the moon, take your own photographs of the moon. Don't rely on all these liars, because this is exactly what you get. You get shitty videos, and I knew it was bad, but when I started doing these series, I realized just how bad it is. Let's see if I can get this one for you. Okay, so this one's not a female image, but this is one of the... Yeah, it blows. It blows. I don't like it at all. I don't like having to do this. I'm going to go to my own shit, because even if I go to the photographs, NASA has a good video, but it's not really a video of the moon. Again, they lie. They're liars. So what they did is they took a photograph and they CGI'd it onto the screen, put stars behind it, and they moved the photograph through the But that's okay. I mentioned it when I went in on it and I did the video of it, and it's still good because the imagery is crisp. Photographs are always going to be more crisp images than the videos, because it's not moving. This one here, I would almost say the same thing, because they're not... Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. They're probably full of shit. Because anybody that really goes out and does videos of the moons, there are some flat earthers that have some good moon videos. But I noticed that the heliocentrics, they got garbage, man. I looked around. I really looked around a lot. And I don't see anything. It's unbelievable. And that's how easy it was to lie to everybody and fool everybody like they did, like we did, to do this. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And then you say things like what I'm trying to show you, and show others that you can go see it for yourself, and you're called a crazy conspiracy guy and all kinds of shit like that. No one will even go look. That's another reason why I'm going to try to be a little cooler about showing you this, but it's very aggravating. It's very frustrating to be showing this to everyone, and everyone being in denial about it. Let's see where else this thing has. Let's see if we can find a brighter one. Yeah, shit. Alright, this one might be better. Okay, it is. It is. This one's more crisp and clear. This is, again, how you can tell that they're not using any satellite thing in outer space. So, yeah, they're definitely fucking playing games. But this one's definitely more crisp and clear. I think I can use this. I think I can use this to show you what I want to show you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That all looks good. Gets dark that way. That looks good. Alright. Not too bad. Again, the way that the light comes into the telescope, that's the point of doing 360s. I also mentioned, while I'm at this whole eclipse nonsense, that's the veil going past the moon. The way that the veil works is incredible. How dumb we all, ingenious we all are to believe any of the nonsense we were told in the heliocentric model, when really we could see the whole thing the whole time. Even the eclipses, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, that kind of thing. You can see them now. We'll be able to see what they really are, how it all works, and that kind of thing. And it doesn't work anything like we're told. I think I might have to dip into my model and get into my model when I show you that, though, in order for you to understand it better. because even showing it to you, you're not going to know what it is you're looking at. I'm just realizing that now, that people that were coming to my videos and stuff, that it's not easy for everyone to see it yet, because of the programming. It's the only reason. It's just the programming. Yeah, this is not too bad of a moon. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. I just gotta find some sound here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, a lot of your videos, Candace, are more. A lot of them are drama. When I was looking at them today, I mean, some of the politics stuff that you're getting into and stuff, I like that. I enjoy seeing that, and but all these other things, they're all full of shit. Everybody, they're all full of shit. So why go down those roads? At least stick with something serious. Just getting really aggravated with watching everybody laughing and giggling about everything, as if it's so funny, and then pretending that you don't know, what's going on and shit. Gee, I wonder what's going on with the country. It's ridiculous. Okay, so this area here, you're going to be pulling in the male image probably more so than the female image right now. Um, and I don't know if I should even, which one I should give you first. Okay, it's image within image within image from the veil to the ground. Right now we're looking at the moon. Okay, this face right here, this middle face, because there's also a face here and a face here. Well, this middle face ends up working for a face, a female face, for a very large female image that's standing here. She got these big puffy shoulders. She's got an arm that comes down this way with a hand that rests on the hip. I'll give you the rest of it in a second. Okay, with the other, I'll move the camera around and find the angle for her. Okay, she's got another arm that comes down this way. You're gonna end up, when I find the angle for this whole, which is another face, unfortunately, I have to crop the hell out of everything and try to get in on it for angle. But if you got the camera in your own hand and you're moving it around, you're gonna come across the proper angle for her, and then you'll end up getting her. It's gonna be that way with everything, because from the veil to the ground, it's image within image within image, feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. What I'm doing on the moon right now is I'm trying to show you in moon photographs by mainstream channels, because Fox really didn't have anything at all, but mainstream channels and NASA and all your heroes and everything. Okay, I'm going to use their moon photographs and videos in order to show you some of this, okay? And then I'll go over to mine. Um, all right, so again, it's face within face. So you might see this face here, which I'll go ahead and crop all these for you. But anyways, this works out for this large female body. She's got her one leg here, another leg here. I can even get you down onto her feet and everything like that as I'm moving around. Let me see if I can do this a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to crop her better because I keep coming up with the large face here, and it might have something to do with the photo or the video. In my eyes, I'm saying I know that the image is here because it's image within image. It gets a little confusing. All right. Anyways, she's got two sets of breasts. She's got a higher set of breasts that are up here, and then she's got her low hangers, which also maybe I'm a little crooked too. Okay. So, crooked. Or maybe I'll add a filter. Okay. Her face coming up right here. She's even going to end up having a little bit of a hair, not long hair, just some hair. But these two faces over here are also very interesting that are make up these other two shoulders, because these also have body imagery to them, but it's shadow imagery. It's not going to be as detailed as this large image that I'm trying to get you right now. Again, face, shoulders, breasts, arm coming down, leg, and even into the beginning of the feet on the photograph. So let's see if I can do this. Trying to find her at her best angle. No, I lost her. Crop her more. Oh. This way. Mm-hmm. All right. So I just figured something out while I was looking. So I'm used to looking through the other telescope is what I think is the reason. But that's okay. I'll go look at one of the photos in a second. But some of the other images, when we go over to the photographs, I just want to point them out to you. So you have this one here, which is going to look like the eyes are a little crooked if you use this eye. So move your camera around till you get the other eye that's up here. Eye, nose, and mouth. See the large face? I'll get you in on him. So I'm going to bring this down to here to cover the face of the one I was showing you. And I'll show you just only his face. Because there's several of them. Again, image within image. So, right there. Okay. Again, with the cropping, I got a crop for you. It's actually a lot of fun to do this, really. Some of the large images. I'll go to another female image in a second, but I just want to do this too. Some of the large images that take up the whole entire, radius that we think is a radius of the moon. It's not really a radius, but anyway, that's something else to talk about another time. But there's going to be another eye over here. You got the nose here, the mouth right here, the chin right here of a very large image, right? And then I seen some other ones that actually were coming in pretty good, so I'll try to bring them to you as well. All right, so you got these really large ones, and there's nationalities in all of these as well. Um, yeah, I'll explain that later as well. So what I should be explaining as I'm going along here, and as we're looking at the moon, is that everything I'm going to be showing you is going to be angles of perception. So I'm changing my angles up. I'm distance and angles of perception. Lights and shadows. Lights and shadows. One of the incredible things that I find incredible, since even right from the beginning, was that lights are coming over these small lines, these small carbon lines that are in this computer monitor. Once you realize that you can see the same thing in the telescope that you can with your eyes, with the same thing that you can on the computer monitor, and the same thing you can on the printer. And it was even more amazing, and it hit me harder with the printer, because I thought it was so fucking cool that the printer sees it all, and so does the camera. One of the things I mentioned in another earlier video that I was doing to Candace, I was mentioning to you. Yeah, there is a lot of blurriness to this thing still, I gotta say. Let's see if I can get it a little cleaner. Just gonna grab you a few of these while I'm here. Okay, this one here is the Man on the Moon, which you guys always knew as the Man on the Moon, except with a lot more detail. And this is another one that, and it has the inanimate objects, like I was explaining. All right, I'm already at 37 minutes. I didn't realize. All right, so I'll give it you in a couple different ways on this one too. Keep this nose right here in sight. These eyeglasses on the head with the mouth right here. Right, that's one. Okay, then take it down a little bit further. You got the eyeglasses up on the forehead with an eye here, an eye here. The mouth falls down to here. See if I can get them for you. There you go. So see the eye under here? The eye under here. Glasses are up on the head. And then the mouth is right here. Large lips. Don't really look so much like a skinny white man or Asian man's lips, but they got big lips. And he also has another inanimate object, which is a smoke coming out of his mouth. Whether it's a cigar, a cigarette, I have no idea. But I've noticed it a long time ago. And this is the one that they give you in your heliocentric bullshit stories, the one image that they tell you about when they say the man on the moon. This is him. This is the man on the moon that they give you. But then they're not giving it to you the way that I'm giving it to you. And it's just one out of billions and billions of images, because every one of these tiny images, we can go in on them all the way down the line, and I can keep going in, and I can show you its image within image within image within image, and we can just keep going. This is one of my favorite ones too that I'm always bringing people into, is this one here. I'm going to close them off for you. Okay, right here. And I can already tell you just from that this thing is not that good of a video again, because a lot of this I can get a lot more clear than this. Eye, nose, mouth open, busted teeth on that particular image. One tooth missing. When you move it around and you change angles, I can get this to go a lot of different ways. right now what I'll do is I'll move. You can see the hairdo and everything. You can see the hair on him. See the forehead. It's got a glare on the forehead. He's got this little thing going on down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close up my Hydron cropper. That's what I call it because I'm a sarcastic bastard. So my Hydron cropper, I'm going to close it down just to get you the smaller one first, right? The small face. Let's see if I come up this way a little for you. There you go. All right, then I'm going to open them up a little bit, and I'm going to try to get you the longer one. There you go. There you go. See, I can get the rest of it. Hard to do it all at the same time, but back here, you can see the back now. With the eye shifted over to here now, it's a different, fatter face, and also the imagery changes. It's a different angle, different angle of perception. So therefore, you can feel free to do that anyways yourself. But anyways, there's a whole bunch of them in there. There's hundreds of different angles I can do. All right, so this is another cool one. I call them the wizard. You can name these things whatever you want, these images. But the great thing about it, like I said, they never change, So the wizard that I'm giving you here has the patch over his eye on this side. His other eye's here. He's got the nose here and the mouth here. I'll go like this. There you go. Okay, let's see if I can change the angle a little for you. This is another face, of course, right under him, but I just want to see if I can get him first. There you go. You can see the deep eyebrow. He's deep eyebrow with the eye right here. And then there's another angle for him where I can get the other eye for you, too. Let's see if I can find it. And the patch goes away, and you can see the other eye. He's over here somewhere, right? I'm consciously cropping everything that I'm doing. So I got my Hydron cropper cropping, and I'm also using my camera edges to do like this. Otherwise, you're going to get confused. It gets collaged. Your eyes will straighten out from that. Once you start looking at the imagery everywhere and you start seeing everything, your eyes will automatically do everything that, because I don't even have to be flipping the camera around except for doing videos for you. My eyes just automatically turn them all around now. And I was explaining in a video yesterday, that's not magic. That's just getting used to looking. Right? So nothing special about it. So if anybody else does catch on to it, don't get too excited. It's nothing special. What else did I want to show you? Let's see what else I want to go over. Okay, I did want to go over this one too, if I can get him. Let's see. Okay, he's right here. I'm trying to crop him. Oops. Nope. Wrong way. Hold on. Yeah, it's not going to be a good one. See, this is the nice thing about doing 360s with the camera, because you can pull the light in from all different directions. And when the light is coming, you'll see it on the computer, you'll see it with your own eyes, and you'll also see it with the printer. And that's the part that's amazing to me, is that the white of the paper gets thrown over the lines, so lights and shadows. So when you see it on paper, it's really cool. And seeing it in the computer, that's why I'm having a hard time bringing you in on certain images. I know they're there, and I know I can get them a lot more clear than I'm getting now. But the thing is I need to be able to turn the moon and do 360s with it. Even if it's somebody else's photo or video, I need to have that freedom. I'm forcing myself to do this on this one because I'm trying to use mainstream moon photos and videos. So it's going to be a little frustrating for the moment, but it'll all go away later. Once you start going in deep on stuff, you're going to see all these images, all kind of shit. So image within image. So when you see eye, a snout, and the mouth of a very large image, because there's another one here, that dog the other one I was telling you, the man on the moon. If I crop this way, you get one. I crop the opposite way, you'll see the canine with the mouth open, that kind of thing. But this one's pretty cool. So it's a smaller one. I'd say medium or the small. In other words, it's not one of the full moon images, but it is pretty cool, and the light's coming at it pretty good. So eye, nose, and mouth open of a human. And then let's see if I can get you the ape one too when I come out. Oh, I'm already at 44 minutes. All right. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.